Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a kind of end of March and all of April TBR. I really want to get back into reading. I've been in a reading slump for a long time. But during these kind of really stressful, trying times, I just really am feeling the urge to read. I'm feeling specifically the urge to read YA fiction. I'm kind of looking for the mindless kind of romance that YA fiction can sometimes have, let's be honest. I'm really like yearning for that because of the times we live in. Like, I don't want to read anything stressful or complicated or like dystopian. That does not seem appealing to me at the moment. So I kind of have like 4 to 6 books that I'm thinking about reading in the next like 6 weeks or so. So let's just get right on into it. The first book that I'm kind of already started to read is First and Then by Emma Mills. I really like Emma Mills' books. Her books always make me feel like happy. I just like have so much fun when I'm reading them. They're not like some literary, like masterpiece, but they're just fun to read, and that's exactly what I want to read right now. So First and Then, I kind of forgotten what this is about because I started reading it maybe like 6 months ago and just have recently started picking it back up. But it's just a YA fiction book about a group. Her cousin comes to live with her and joins the football team, and there's kind of, I'm not sure if it's going to be a love triangle or not, but a lot of Emma Mills' books revolve around like groups of friends. And this one doesn't seem to be any different. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. Another one that's on my radar is another Emma Mills book. I believe it just came out in January or it came out pretty recently. I don't own it, but it's called Lucky Caller. And that one is about a girl who joins the radio club at her school, and again it's about the group of friends that form around that radio club. So if after I read First and Then, if I'm just really still wanting to read something really fun, I'll probably get like the Kindle version of Lucky Caller. I'll kind of wait and see, but that's definitely on my radar. Then the third one I really am excited for, it's another one I've kind of started and never actually finished. It's Eliza and Her Monsters. So this is about a girl, if I recall, who started a online like story. I don't think necessarily like her story is fan fiction. I think it's an original story, but then I think it got so famous that like other people write fan fiction for like this universe that she's created. So then someone moves in who I think finds out that she like writes these stories and I guess threatens to reveal them, and it's a romance. So even though like I said, I'm pretty sure she doesn't write actual fan fiction, but I mean it's kind of fan fiction-y, and I love books that have to do with fan fiction. I read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, an Emma Mills book called This Adventure Ends. The dad is like a famous author and then starts writing fan fiction during like a writing slump. And I love when stories have like fan fiction in them. And so even though, like I said, it's not fan fiction, we get it, but I think I'm still really gonna like that aspect of this book. So I'm really looking forward to kind of picking this up too. The next book I'm wanting to read, and it's a shame that I haven't read this already, it is The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen. Sarah Dessen is probably my all-time favorite author, and this is the book that she published last summer. Still haven't read it, and it's very big. And I'm a little weary of putting this on my list because sometimes Sarah Dessen's books do have like a heavier topic, and I'm pretty sure specifically this one probably will because she switched publishers when she wrote this book, because she didn't like that her previous publisher kind of really only summed her up as like romance. So I'm guessing that this is probably going to be like somewhat heavier than her other books. So I don't know. I really like her writing though, and she's my favorite author. So I do want to get to it, but I'm also a little bit afraid. along the same lines of me putting off books for way too long, the next one I want to read is Save the Date by Morgan Matson. This came out, I think, 2 summers ago. It's been out. Oh, I just found a happy birthday card in this for no reason. Oh, and a ticket to see Michael Jackson, one that I saw last year. So clearly I took this on vacation with me last year at this time. Anyway, that's not the point of this. The point is that this book came out like 2 years ago and I still haven't read it. Morgan Matson is one of my favorite authors too. She writes very long books, but it shouldn't be too heavy, I don't think. Like sometimes her books, I don't know. I really like her writing and I don't think that they get as heavy as like a Sarah Dessen kind of book. But yeah, looking forward to reading this. And then I have one more on my list that is not YA, and I think it's more like literary fiction, I think. It is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delilah Owens. My mom recently gave this to me for my birthday, and I made sure to ask her, like, if it would be a good book to read during these, like, very stressful times, and she said yes. She said it has, like, darker aspects to it, but that overall it's a very hopeful book. I don't know too much about it, which I'm fine like going into books like these kind of blind. I do know it's kind of a murder mystery that takes place out on the Outer Banks in North Carolina. So I do want to read it. Specifically, I'm interested that it takes in the place in the Outer Banks. I've been to the Outer Banks twice, so I think sometimes it's easier to read books that you've been to, because then when they're describing things, you have a picture of it in your mind. It's not like if I read a book about New York City, I've never been in New York City, so I can't imagine. Well, that's a bad example because I've seen TV shows, but if there's one about like Denmark, never been to Denmark, never watched a show about Denmark, so I have no idea what Denmark looks like. But anyway, yes, so this is also on my list. My mom said she really liked it, and then I have an aunt who was actually in a reading slump and said that this got her out of her reading slump. So I'm really curious about it. I've heard a lot of things about it. It's kind of the Reese Witherspoon book club. I guess she's the new Oprah who has this like really fancy book club. But yeah, I've heard great things. So we'll have to see about that. I think I'm going to start like at least with like the Emma Mills and Eliza and Her Monster book before I kind of think about getting into this one. But yes, I'm excited about all of those books. I'm excited to start reading and to kind of really escape from these times that we live in. I know it's so scary, and I hope that all of you are doing well and, you know, doing everything that all of the health professionals say. So I'm going to kind of use this time where I'm more at home to hopefully read and then get back into my YouTube channel. So, yes, I make no promises, though, as always. But I do hope you subscribe and check me out later. If I have you guys balancing on the cat tree, and the cats haven't jumped up until the very end. So that's why it was a little bit shaky. But, okay, until next time. Oh, and now they're fighting. Perfect. Okay, well, great. That's my key to leave. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.